Your feet are the foundation of your body, and they're crucial to quality of life. But what can be done if your feet hurt and walking is difficult? Can orthotics help? We spoke with Raham Gorganpour, a certified podorthist, and asked him about how important is a proper fit in a shoe.
Most foot problems occur from ill-fitting shoes. So it's really important to make sure that you have the correct length and width to give the foot proper room to move. The foot scanning equipment that we use is called the iStep. It's a digital foot scanner that uses 3,700 pressure sensors, 1,300 LEDs to tell us arch type, foot size, and show us pressure points of the foot. And what that does is it allows us to steer the customer or patient to the proper over-the-counter orthotic for their foot type. So when a customer stands on the foot scanner, on the iStep, it immediately starts scanning the foot for pressure distribution. It shows us relative pressure distribution. It shows us arch type, or it defines the arch type, and then it gives us a foot size, which I emphasize because that's different than a shoe size, because we know that all shoes run differently. So that's an important measurement as well. Then it takes all that information, the software is geared to take that information and recommend the best of 4 configurations of over-the-counter orthotics that we have. The Linko orthotics, it's the premium over-the-counter orthotic on the market today. We sell over 1.5 million of them a year, and they are extremely comfortable. And what's great about them is they come in 4 configurations. Most people don't need a custom orthotic, but not everybody's feet are the same either. So what this allows us to do is drill it down a little bit to put different foot types into different categories and really select the best one for them without having to go to a custom orthotic. Full-length orthotic fits into any shoe that has a removable footbed. We make different types though. So we have a dress orthotic that's a 3/4 length. So if you have a shoe that does not have a removable footbed, this will go right in there on top of the insole of the shoe. So we have something for all different shoe types. We even make them in children's sizes, all the way up to men's 16, 17, and I think we even have some 18s available.
Mr. Gorganpour says patients have great results from using these orthotics.
The great thing about the Linko orthotic is you put it in the shoe and it's an immediate wow factor. You can feel what's happening with your feet, the changes in it, the redistribution of pressure where you want it underneath the arch and the heel, which improves your body alignment. Sometimes people say that they feel taller when they're wearing them because it's making them stand up straighter just by simply aligning their feet and their body better. There are several foot conditions that can be helped with the use of the Linko orthotic, any good orthotic, and that includes things like plantar fasciitis, metatarsalgia, which is really forefoot pain. And there's a litany of things that this can help with. We also look at it as a great preventive device. You don't have foot pain, you don't have knee pain, you don't have back pain now. Presumably you don't want that either. So it's actually a really great wellness product, and that when you wear these, it'll help prevent those types of problems from occurring. The Linko orthotic has been so successful for us over the years, for 30+ years, and it's such a beloved product, we've actually incorporated them into all aetrex footwear. So now any aetrex shoe that you buy is going to have some form of Linko arch support built into it as just an added benefit. And it's part of what we call the Healthy 3, where we utilize Linko arch support, memory foam for cushioning and forming around the foot, and also Aegis antimicrobials just to create a healthier environment inside the shoes. Well, you don't have to have an old looking shoe to have comfort and support. So what we've been able to do is actually incorporate these amazing comfort features into good looking shoes that people actually want to wear and people love.
iStep digital foot scanning can get you on your way to feeling great on your feet in less than 30 seconds. The amazing iStep uses state-of-the-art digital scanners and pressure sensors, and accurately measures your foot size and determines your arch types and pressure points, so you can see exactly what your feet really look like. iStep recommends custom-selected orthotic styles, so you receive a product that's specifically for your foot type. You can even see exactly where the most pressure is in your feet, indicated by the areas in red. You can learn so much about your feet with the iStep. See how the pressure distributes in this side-by-side view of your feet with and without orthotics? Use the various apps to see your feet in many different ways, like in 3 dimensions, or how they would look walking in the sand. Read about all of our different foot facts. Did you know that the world's largest foot was a size 28.5? Also learn about your particular feet, like what it means to have high arches or pressure in your ball of foot. You can even do further reading on a variety of foot conditions, like plantar fasciitis. Make sure you enter the free Shoes for Life contest through iStep, where 1 winner a month is selected to win 1 free pair of shoes every year for the rest of their life. Find an aetrex dealer near you and get your feet scanned on the iStep today.
Your feet often reflect your general health. With the proper shoe fit and orthotics, most common foot pain can be relieved or prevented. We spoke with podiatrist Dr. Jack Reingold about the importance of the health of your feet.
Feet are pretty important. It's hard, if you have a bad foot or leg, it's hard to do anything. And getting out of the bed to brush your teeth, going to the bathroom becomes a chore, difficult to drive. Feet are pretty important to your health, not just for convenience, but there's been a lot of studies that have shown that the ability to walk will prevent a number of diseases, not just coronary, cardiovascular, obesity. It's all really key to the ability to get to move. In fact, there was a study not too many years ago that showed that at age 65, if you can walk at a speed of 3.3 miles per hour, your life expectancy is 20 years. If you can only walk at 1.1 miles per hour, your life expectancy would only be 10 years. Now there's things we call comorbidity. Obviously you can have other disease states that would affect it, but if you could keep moving, your life is going to be a lot longer and better.
What are some of the common foot problems?
Well, some common foot problems, or at least the majority of problems that we'll see on a daily basis, are always going to be heel and arch pain, ingrown toenails, skin problems such as fungus, hammer toes and bunions. Plantar fasciitis, plantar just means the bottom of the foot. Fascia is the dense, relatively non-elastic sheets of connective tissue, almost ligamentous-like, that holds together. Due to excessive foot flattening or pronation, the foot doesn't function well, and it tends to put a lot of traction on the fascial band on the bottom of the foot, or the plantar band, which tends to degenerate and get inflamed, get small microscopic tears in it. Roughly 15% of all patients that seek out foot doctors have that problem. It is estimated that more than 20% of all Americans face it in their lifetime at some degree or not. It can range from a simple little arch pain to quite debilitating.
Dr. Reingold told us about an inner sole system, which helps your feet.
Most foot problems outside perhaps the skin problems, or based on foot structure. You can't pick your parents. You inherit a foot structure, and over time and with activities and unravels, and we all have our different potential problems. Better foot posture, better shoes, the right supportive arch support can help prevent the progression or alleviate the problems associated with this. When somebody comes in with a foot problem that I feel is a structural problem, we'll recommend a type of intersole. The Linco system has some very nice intersoles within it, which fits a variety of people. And then if that doesn't work, we can escalate up to medications, injections, custom molded orthotics, sometimes even crutches. The goal of any device is to have your foot function in a better parameter. Now, everybody has their individual foot shape, the individual function. So we want you to function as best as possible. A really good analogy for this is really eyeglasses. Whether you are far-sighted or nearsighted is based on the shape of your eye or the distance from your lens to the optic nerve. When you wear a pair of eyeglasses, it just accommodates, refracts the light. When you wear something in your shoes, such as an insert or orthotic, arch support, call it what you want, the idea is to have the foot be accommodated to the ground so it can function better. So by utilizing the information that that system can pick up, arch height, size of your foot, where you're feeling pressure, it gives it a ballpark idea of where at least to start.
Dr. Reingold tells us more about the aetrex shoes.
The aetrex is a really great designed line of shoes. Some of them you might call more therapeutic, some of them you might call more fashion, but one of the nice things, at least among most of their therapeutic shoes, is that they have a very good last. A last is the shape of a shoe. If you think back to the old shoemaker with a little wooden last and tapping, that was the shape of a foot. And many shoemakers in olden days, their last would be like secret, it would be like their carved design. So aetrex has a really nice last. Also, all their shoes come in multiple widths and have removable intersoles. It allows you to customize the shoe. You don't have to settle for a shoe fit. You can actually get one that's in the right width, the right length. You can swap out the intersole with a Linco intersole or even a custom functional orthotic. And they have certain characteristics that make the shoe better.
Every day, the average person takes 5,000 to 7,000 steps. And most of us have flexible feet that tend to overpronate and make us susceptible to many common foot problems, including arch pain, heel pain, and plantar fasciitis. aetrex orthotics are custom selected for your foot type and include superior arch support, cushioning, and pressure distribution. The Linco arch will help keep you balanced and in proper alignment to feel comfortable all day long. After you've completed your iStep scan, simply remove the existing footbed from your shoes and replace them with your custom selected aetrex orthotics. In combination with proper footwear, aetrex orthotics provide the easiest and most effective way to achieve proper body alignment, maximum foot comfort, and improved footwear performance.
Do you have problems walking due to painful feet? Seeing a podiatric specialist can help get you the right solution. We spoke with Dr. Jack Reingold on the importance of good foot health.
The human foot is a really complex piece of engineering. The foot has to serve many purposes. You have to push off in propulsion, you have to absorb shock and landing, you have to be able to maintain stance. So it's a complex system of motion and function. The most common problem is probably heel and arch pain, sometimes referred to as plantar fasciitis. About 15% of all patients that seek out professional help from podiatrists have this problem. At least 20% of all Americans experience this in their lifetime. Other common problems are going to be ingrown toenails, skin problems such as fungus toenails or fungal infections of the skin, and hammer toe and bunion issues, along with a variety of overuse syndromes and tendinitis. We have all sorts of tricks: taping, injections, padding, arch support, whatever it is. We take people who come to us whose life are miserable. I mean, if it wasn't for pain, nobody would probably see a doctor anyway. But you come to me, your life is miserable. You can't walk, you can't do what you want, whether you're old or young or sports, and I fix it. And I fix it relatively quickly, relatively easily most of the time. What an ingrown nail really is where the edge of the nail tears the skin. Where healthy people, usually a small tear in your skin, no big deal. Bacteria gets in, you fight it. But the nail keeps the opening. It keeps the wound from closing, and therefore you have to get the nail out of the skin. So if it starts, you have to be able to clip it out, which usually takes a podiatrist, maybe a little bit of local anesthetic. It's probably aggravated by the shape of the nail. As we get older, our nails change shape sometimes, and also by shoe gear. I see ingrown nails in all ages. They're very easy to take care of. A little bit of local anesthetic, you take care of the problem. You can correct the nail permanently with very little recurrence, no pain afterwards. It's a very simple procedure to do. You need to look at your feet every day. Do you have any blisters? Do you have any soreness? If your foot hurts, pay attention to it. A lot of people feel that the foot is a mirror of the health of your body. A lot of disease states such as diabetes, arthritis first show up in the foot. So ignoring foot problems can be, well, ignoring other problems. Cardiovascular diseases, if you have a disease in your heart, you probably have disease in your feet with circulation. Undiagnosed foot pain and calf pain is usually a sign of systemic disease. Again, there's pain related to activity and running and overuse and improper shoes. So obviously common sense. The shoe needs to fit, not only you, but it needs to fit the function. You need to wear good socks, you need to just be aware that our feet are important and vulnerable. When you're first starting to walk, we like really almost a moccasin. We like a nice, flexible shoe at first. As they start to take the first steps, we generally go to one that has a little bit more firmer sole so that every step has a little bit of a consistency for bounce issues. And as they get a little bit older, again, you get back to activity levels. If they're in sports, you want a sports shoe. If you're walking a lot at school, again, you're going to more of an athletic shoe. I'd like shoes that have laces or at least Velcro so you can adjust the tension so the shoe can fit properly and doesn't slip on their feet. I like a little bit of an arch support for the shoe so it doesn't collapse through. I often feel that the shoe needs to fit the activity level. So if you're at the beach or if you're just going to the backyard pool, I'm okay on flip-flops. But I think we're really going to function better and protect the foot better in a more functional shoe. A high heel is really not an appropriate day-to-day shoe. It's fine for the party, it's fine for getting dressed up, but it really is almost a dangerous thing to function in day in and day out.
You're watching the American Health Journal, the show that brings you the latest information on prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and research from doctors throughout the United States.
Onychomycosis, better known as toenail fungus, affects 1 in 10 adults. For many, the unsightly discoloration is embarrassing, but left untreated, it could turn into a painful condition.
It was very embarrassing, especially in the summer, wearing sandals. You didn't want anybody to look at your feet.
I had this fungus on my toe and I was completely embarrassed to ever have any open toes, any shoes, any sandals.
Going to the beach, I just felt like everybody was just like staring at my feet. And it was just a nasty, ugly looking thing that I wanted to get rid of.
Many types of patients seek treatment for toenail fungus. They can be young and old, but most of them have one thing in common, that they have tried some other modality before coming to see us, and they're looking for answers.
Until recently, treatment options have been limited and generally ineffective.
I went to the pharmacy and looked at topical treatments and covered it with Band-Aids.
I've tried every other option that there was available at the time with the Lamisil and the pills, and nothing really seemed to work.
The topical treatments simply just failed to work. Patients would try them diligently, day after day. After months, they would see very little change.
I stopped using the oral medication because it is a systemic medication and can have adverse effects affecting different organs within the body, in particular the liver.
Another option is the newest way of treating toenail fungus, which is using laser technology.
Introducing the Novion laser. Using pulses of laser light directed through individual toe guards, the Novion laser kills toenail fungus beneath the nail without damaging skin or causing pain.
The laser is completely safe. There is a slight warming effect. Other than that, there is no ill effects or long-term effects from the laser.
The treatment feels like it's slight heat on your toenails, but it's definitely not uncomfortable. It's definitely bearable.
Painless. Very relaxing. I mean, I probably will fall asleep.
As new nail surface begins to grow, the results become obvious.
I was here 2 weeks ago was my first visit, and I can already just see a difference.
This is my third treatment. I'm almost done. I think we've pretty much knocked it out. It's pretty good. This thing works. This laser really does work.
I've been excited by it. I've been very satisfied with the results. The patients are satisfied. It doesn't hurt to do. There's no downtime. There's no disability in providing this treatment. And generally speaking, the patients are very happy with their results.
It's wonderful. I get pedicures. I wear my sandals. I'm not nervous that anybody's staring and thinking, looking at my feet thinking they're ugly. So I'm very happy.
My fiance is going to buy me a pair of new flip-flops at the beach, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know. I just feel like it's like a new me almost.
I'm glad winter is over because the Uggs are being put away and I'll get to wear fun sandals and fun heels, and so I'm excited.
I've had patients that have sent me pictures from the beach where I only see toes, clear nails, and water, and it's for the first time that they've been on a beach with nothing on, and they're very pleased. Nothing on their feet.
I would say anyone who has any apprehension about using this, you should definitely go for it because there's no pain involved. It's quick, it's easy, you're in and out, and it works.
Don't be skeptical. Don't be afraid. Talk to your doctor and have it done, and it will change your life.
It took me about 20 years to figure out and to fix this problem, and I tried pills and I tried other topical methods, and laser worked for me, and I don't see why it wouldn't work for you.
Join the thousands who no longer have to worry about discolored, painful toenails. Ask your doctor if the Novion laser can help you.